What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to yet another live. You guys know the drill. Ask me anything goes. It is Monday, the 16th of September in Mexico City. As you can tell, there is a fierce storm raging right now above Mexico City. It is 6 p.m. What's up, Gabster? And I figured it would be a good moment to be cooped up inside, to get nice and cozy, and to talk to my tribe, you guys. The better the questions, the better the content, obviously. And I also want to thank some of you guys for helping me make that last video I did, talking about how do I eat. The inspiration for that video came from somebody asking me in the live. Oh, commenting on the live later on. So I just want to mention that as well. If any of you are watching this delayed, you can still ask your questions because I read all the comments and then I can answer them. I can answer the question later on. All right, we got 4 people. Count to the simple, guys. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of filler. I'm just gonna wait until there's some good questions. Also, I'm gonna repeat and let you guys know that I'm still taking on new clients. If you're interested in the mentorship program, the coaching program, in which I would work with you personally, you can just send me an email. Send me an email at lorenz.dries at gmail.com. There you go. We got 5 people. I'm sure some of you have something to say or something to ask. So do not hold back. Batman, have you done anything with supplements, routine, etc. to optimize your health? Yeah, I'm very big on supplements. As a matter of fact, I have a whole drawer filled with so-called nootropics. Nootropics are what they like to call smart drugs. And I have found them to have immense value. I'm actually quite obsessed with supplements and things that can potentially make me stronger in a natural way, things that can help me be healthier. Ever since my cancer, needless to say, I've become very obsessed with my health. You guys hear that thunder? Crazy, right? So I use a bunch of supplements. Let me start with the basics. So I use omega-3 fish oil. I use a brand called Nordic Naturals. Nordic Naturals Double Omega or Absolute Omega. I use Tonkat Ali. I get most of my supplements from the website called Nootropics Depot. I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was. I'm not making them any money. But they're one of the best providers as it pertains to nootropics and supplements. So omega-3, I use isolate protein powder. Isolate because it doesn't mess up my stomach. I highly recommend you to not take away, but to pay a little bit extra and buy the isolation powder. So I use tonka ali in the morning. That helps. That aids with the natural production of testosterone, and I mean, to me, I feel a clear difference. It also makes you feel more confident. It takes down your anxiety, should you have any, and you're just ready to tackle the world. I also have been using black ginger, also by Nootropics Depot, which helps with blood flow, overall confidence, motivation, potentially testosterone, and mood enhancement. I also use Sabroxy, that's Sabroxy, Sabroxy. This is kind of like a natural Adderall, so I use it on days where I have to focus and lock in and do like my work. It is also a mood enhancer. Like it just helps you focus and it helps you just be in a better mood. Every night I use magnesium. I use melatonin. I also use creatine, which has been proven to have immense cognitive benefits. I use zinc. Zinc is a big one, guys. Like you can take all the testosterone supplementation, natural supplementation that you want. Without zinc, it's not going to do much because zinc is required for your body to actually be able to extract uh, the testosterone. I'm not a scientist, so I'm paraphrasing, but I know zinc is vital in terms of your body's ability to actually absorb and use testosterone that your body creates. So zinc was a game changer. What else did I use? Oh, my biggest one. Let me show you guys. This this one is like my secret weapon. Tribugen. When I take this, so I take this on days that I have to like get shit done and not not succumb to pressure. Um, Tritigen has like I keep that under wraps. I also use that when I go to festivals, when I have a big night out and I need a lot of energy. It's you gotta be careful because it can make you a little bit edgy. It can it's definitely testosterone boosting as well, but also in the sense of like you get very like you get very confident. You get borderline aggressive, I would say. But I mean, I love stuff like that. I love taking supplements like that. That gives me a boost of energy. So Tritigen is a big one. Um, what else? Vitamin D. I take a vitamin D plus vitamin K. Again, the vitamin K is important. A lot of people just take vitamin D, but the vitamin K ensures the actual absorption of the vitamin D supplement. So yeah, I do. I take quite a few pills a day, but nothing unnatural, nothing illegal, nothing, no, like banned substances, no steroids, none of that. Never have and never will. What age did you start learning English? Because you're fluent, hats off. I have roommates in this house. I just had somebody um, join this house, an American, and could not believe that I had not lived in the States. So I guess English is pretty good. Um, I feel like anytime people ask me that, I feel like my answer always disappoints them because the answer is literally TV. It's TV. It's TV/subtitles. And that's why I'm a strong advocate of making subtitles mandatory. They should make dubbing illegal. The only reason that people in Spain, in France, in Portugal and Italy speak shitty English, and I'm sorry, but they do, is because they dub a lot of their content. So subtitles will actually help you as a kid. As a kid, your brain is like a sponge. So if you're hearing the audio and then you see the letters, for lack of a better term, the subtitles, your brain is going to figure it out. So by the age of 9, I was not basically, I was fluent in English. And the way we found out is that my mom was hosting an exchange student from Denmark. So obviously my parents would never speak English to me. So how would they know that I spoke English, right? And then she would speak English, and then I would just talk back to her, and I would have a full-fledged conversation in English with this Danish exchange student. And my parents were like, "Damn, like what's like? We didn't know he spoke English." Yeah, just TV, man. Um, I also I I think in English a lot. Not always. I do find that when I get really angry or frustrated, for example, I do feel like Dutch tends to take over. But all in all, I speak a lot of. I think a lot in English. Are you dependent? Are you a dependent melatonin user every night? I've heard it is undesirable to use melatonin regularly, and Andrew Huberman says anti-androgenic. Okay, two things. Um, at this point, I fully believe that we can find studies or cases denouncing the use of certain things of every substance at this point, right? So like I've heard that too about melatonin, but the most important thing in one's as it pertains to health is sleep. There's nothing more important than sleep, literally. Like that is the thing that is gonna keep you young, gonna keep you from aging. That is what helps you process things. That is what makes you smarter. That is what helps you not have anxiety and things like that. And as a matter of fact, weed having such a negative impact on sleep in terms of sleep quality. Like, yes, I'm aware you're like unconscious and you sleep really well when you're stoned, but you don't actually get great sleep quality. So, as you guys know, I like weed. I'm an avid user. Oh, not an avid user, like because I know what that means in a lot of places. I'm not an avid user. Like I do use um, more than I should, but I'm not like one of those people who should smoke it all day every day. Like I never smoke in a day, for example. Anyway, so and that's why like that's the reason why I'm constantly trying to quit weed, or I'm trying to reduce weed because of the effect on sleep. So all that being said, yes, I'm aware that melatonin, is not perfect and has its flaws. But if it helps me sleep, like if the alternative is bad sleep or not falling asleep, which is the worst, I'll gladly, like accept the potential negatives of melatonin. Also, the second thing I wanted to address that question is Andrew Huberman. So, if you want to talk about somebody who has completely fallen off in terms of how I perceive him in my respect, so like, sure you guys are aware who Andrew Huberman is. If you don't Google him, he's basically he took the health and fitness community by storm since I want to say like a good 4 years ago. He's one of those guys from the so-called Roman universe, and he's a neuroscientist um, who basically came in and took over the YouTube game, giving people very practical advice in terms of what to do, how to be healthy, longevity, things like that. So he's responsible for a lot of guys now not taking in caffeine for the first 90 minutes of their day, um, getting sunlight first before they take caffeine, a bunch of stuff. Like he's just, like staring into the sun. There's like a lot of memes about it. And I think he has I think he has done some incredible work, and I think he has been very valuable to, I would say, the health and fitness community. I think most of the things he talks about are very positive and very like help people. For example, he did a 2 hour podcast on weed usage, and it really helped me understand just how bad weed is for you. And even though I use weed regularly, I absolutely hate this point of view where people glorify weed like it's all good and it's just a plant grown. And because like being someone who has used over a decade, I can tell you that it is not an innocent drug. It is extremely addictive and it can ruin your life. It will inherently change who you are. It will rob you of your ambition, and it'll basically just make you not want to do anything anymore in a lot of cases. I do understand people that are dealing with severe anxiety or medical issues. Like, if the alternative to using weed is to be in pain all day and or to be anxious, like I totally get it. Better to smoke weed all day, feel better. But if you're not dealing with that, if you're like a relative normal and healthy person, like weed can really mess you up. I've seen it happen first, like and of course, weed has a lot of positives that I'm not mentioning now, but I just want to like make a point first. Um, so yeah, Andrew Huberman, he's done some great things, but what I really don't respect and like from Huberman is that, as you may or may not know, by the way, guys, let's get some thumbs going. We got one thumb, 16 minutes in. We should have had at least 7 thumbs. We got 7 people watching. Doesn't cost a thing to hit the thumb, and I would appreciate that a lot, guys. Thank you. Um, So Huberman basically got caught having like 5 relationships simultaneously. Every single one was under the impression that they were in an exclusive relationship with him, and he actually passed on some STDs. Now, that's not the reason why he has problems from gradually. For me, the message and the messenger don't have like the messenger don't doesn't have to be a perfect person in order for me to be able to respect and appreciate the message. So like I don't really care, to be blunt, about his personal life. And the fact that he's apparently a shitty person who lies and cheats. I don't really like, dude, I just need you to give me good like neurological advice, right? What I don't like is that ever since he got caught, he's gone like, and this is something that I also actually despise about the US. In the US, it's like if you mess up, it's really simple. Like you just go full Catholic religious. Like you like literally all you have to do is be like, oh, let me repent for my sins and I'm turning to God. And then there's just such an active religious community in the US that everybody like it just works. Like Justin Bieber has done it. Like so many countless famous people have done it where they mess up and then they find God. Um, Russell Durant comes to mind, absolute lunatic. And so the same with I saw a video by Yudor the other day, and he really went from talking about nothing but facts and science and hard data to now talking about. I heard him say, there's no data to back it up, but something happens when you put somebody in your prayers. You put somebody in your prayers, like something happens. It's like so. It's like, dude, like really, like you're supposed to be the science guy, and so he's doing all of this now after the fact that he got caught being an objectively shitty person. And like, can we just talk about the fact that how come it always seems that like the most like religious people seem to be the shittiest people? Like they have no ethical norms or values. I feel like they just use it as a crutch many times. I know I'm generalizing, but I'm just talking about like famous people now. I'm talking about famous people misusing religion to basically hit the reset button and do a rebrand. And so yeah, in this video, he mentioned religion and God and praying like 5 times, and to me, it's so ridiculously obvious. It's so ridiculously um, clear like what he's doing. It's just so disingenuous. So I've basically lost a lot of respect for Huberman. Again, not because of the cheating. I don't really care. I hate the fact that he's now just on full religion to, yeah, wipe out his sins. AB Jack, what's up, Lawrence? I am 21, starting gym for the first time. I've watched a lot of videos before I go, but I'm unsure on what machines to start on. Dude, I would just, if I were you, just focus on the incline bench press. So that's the incline bench press. Focus on pull-ups like this until you get tired and switch your grip like this. Focus on barbell rows. Focus on stiff-legged deadlifts and focus on squats. If you don't like barbell squats, which I also don't, then do hack squats. I haven't barbell squatted in 3 years. I do hack squats. Feels a lot better. I feel that in my legs a lot more. Yeah, start with that. Use the Smith machine. Don't be scared to use the Smith machine. There's nothing wrong with the Smith machine, all right? But don't overthink it, man. Like the gym is really quite, especially in the beginning. Just try to go a little bit heavier every week. Try to keep adding weight, so-called progressive overload. And whenever you think you're like, I'm done, you need to do 2 or 3 more reps. You need to go hard as hell. And you're gonna grow, man. What supplement is a game changer in your opinion? I would say food, creatine, and water, especially if you're 21. I mentioned some supplements that I used earlier on in this video. If you want to go back later and check it out, like I'm using this, but I'm not saying you need this for your gym, but it's pretty damn good. And I'm not even talking about the gym. Like you can use it in the gym as a pre-workout, but also just in the sense of like life, it really helps you. I saw the same trend you did, had no idea about the drama. Yeah, exactly. What a long time since I caught you on stream. Nutsernama. Man, been a while, buddy. I remember doing a live like at least 4 years ago, if not 5. And I was wearing that sweater I have, the thick teddy bear sweater. And then you asked me about it, and I sent you the link to buy it, and then you bought it. So it's good to see you, man. I'm good. Living in Mexico City since a year and a half. Working full time here. Still doing the channel. Still keeping it going. Always on the come up and coaching people, man. I'm coaching people. I'm mentoring people. Not for the gym, guys. Like I'm coaching people to get ahead in terms of like life, overcoming anxiety, overcoming feelings of insecurity. So by the way, guys, if anyone is looking for that service, you can just email me at my email address. Funny how that works, right? There you go. lorenz.dries@gmail.com. Thanks, man. I've been watching you since I was 18. I finally have a job and want you to send something. Do you have PayPal? Yeah, that is my PayPal right there. That exact email address is my PayPal. So anything you donate, man, greatly appreciate it. Really. And obviously, I know you, man. I know you've been watching for a long time. How have you balanced healthcare bills and available services coming from Europe, living in Mexico? Really simple, dude. If I get cancer again, if I get severely sick, I am screwed. I cannot go, like, I can go back to Belgium, but I'm not covered because I have to, in order for me, because I'm getting paid in peso, I'm paying taxes to the Mexican government. I have my full-time residence here in Mexico now. So in order for me to do that, I had to unsubscribe from Mexico, from Belgium entirely. So if I get sick, the only place I can go is the Mexican hospital, basically, or I would have to pay a fortune to get actual mm, medical services in Belgium. So I'm taking a big risk, and needless to say, my family doesn't like it. Keep on going. You're still a great inspiration. Thank you, man. I do appreciate that a lot. Keep on keeping on. You are still a great inspiration. That's wild where that's Mexico. Mexico City, the capital. That's probably going to be the title of this live. If I get sick again, I'm screwed. But I thought about it for a long time, and to make a long story short, you can't live your life. You cannot make decisions based on fear. And I wanted to move to Mexico. I wanted to go work and live in Mexico. And in order for me to be able to do that, I had to officially leave Belgium, including healthcare in Belgium and all those things. And I just felt like if I would play it safe and not do what I wanted to do, and I would just stay in Belgium out of fear of getting sick again, then I would have already have lost. At least now I'm still winning on my own accord because I'm doing what I want to do and I'm happy and I'm taking chances and I'm living life to the fullest. Um, yeah, if I would not have done that, then I would already not be living. I don't want to say I would be dead already, but I that's how I look at it. Just said you something that's not much. Sorry. Why are you apologizing for making a donation then? Most people can't even hit the thumb. So the fact that you actually sent me something and actually are like supporting the channel means everything to me. So thank you so much, man. I haven't checked how much it is, and frankly, I don't care. The gesture alone goes such a long way. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Jack, and congratulations on one staying alive and two getting a job, man. I think that's great. All right, guys. Any more questions? Let's hear them. Now is the time. Thank you so much, AD. I really appreciate it, man. And I think that is a very generous donation, so there is no need to apologize. Long time fan. Our vitamin D is locked in. How is the cost of living in Mexico compared to Belgium? Honestly, it's not as cheap as one might think. Obviously, if you go to the fringes of Mexico, meaning like the, the not so big cities, it's a whole lot cheaper. But Mexico City, and especially the part where I'm living, the part where I'm staying, is expensive. It's very comparable to Belgium. I would say it's still little bit less expensive than Belgium, but that that says like that's more about Belgium being incredibly expensive. I was just talking to my parents on the phone today, and I basically said, I feel like Belgium is the new Switzerland. The prices have just skyrocketed ridiculously since COVID. Like Belgium has become so expensive. It is wild. €5 in Belgium is nothing. That's barely at this point. I don't even think you can get two iced teas for that in a bar. I remember an iced tea used to be €1.50, so you could get three iced teas for €5. Now I think iced tea is like €2.80. So everything is just skyrocketed. A kebab when I was young used to be six. No, wait, like €5.50 for a big kebab, and €3.50 for a small kebab. Now a small kebab is €8, and a big one is 12. So yeah, not to mention real estate and the housing market. But I mean, I'm sure you guys are all aware that just I feel like you guys ever wonder like how people survive? Because I'm middle class in Belgium, so I'm lucky and I have a good job now and like I'm doing okay. But I feel like there's just a lot of people that I just don't see how they can make ends meet. But yeah, I've been struggling a lot. What's up, Dragon 8000? By the way, guys, just going to remind you that if anybody is interested in working with me and hiring me as a coach, this is my email address. Hit me up. I'm 24 and I took antidepressants from when I was 17 up until 22. I had to stop because of major side effects. It's killed my libido. The doctors say I have something called PSSD. I feel like it chemically castrated me. Yeah, that's why you don't put kids that are 17 on antidepressants. I think it is absolutely wild how doctors are just allowed to heavily medicate these kids. Like, I'm very sorry that happened to you. Um, yeah, they never should have put you on that. The same with like the pill. They give the how do you call that? Like pregnancy prevention pill to women, and they blow up. They get crazy acne. They get huge. Like they just yeah they get huge. You know, like their hormones are all out of whack. So I mean, the thing is now you're 24, so I hope I recovered that it doesn't seem so. Dragon 800, look into Tonkat Ali. Hold on, let me look into this. Tonkat Ali. This is a natural supplement that I take for aid in testosterone production. Something that I also suffered from after having had chemo. So that does help me. It has helped me a lot. Give it a go. It's on Nootropics Depot. The website is called Nootropics Depot, and it might help you. And honestly, man, that's all. And hit the gym and fix your diet. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're getting enough protein. Also, a zinc supplement can do wonders. Vitamin D, zinc, and pancreas and magnesium. That would be my protocol for you to try and get that test up and running. All right, guys, 33 minutes in. The idea is that I'm going to try to keep these lives a little bit shorter and do more of them. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions you might have, you can comment them below the actual video now, and I will get back to you. Dragon 800, all the best to you. Let me know how it goes. And thank you guys for watching. Peace out.